Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a team that the literal rank 1 player on the GBL leaderboards is running. I did see him playing it, so I decided, you know what, I'll try my hand at it as well. This person is currently at 2954, so has the best chance of hitting Legend first this season. So I wanted to get the team out to you as soon as possible. This team's pretty good. The team is basically Hackamo-o in the front with Lanturn and Feraligatr in the back. Mainly you're going to be safe swapping Feraligatr. It's a Shadow Feraligatr as well, just because it's so fast to its moves and can really pressure shields. I was running Ice Beam. I don't know if he was running Crunch or not. I think maybe Crunch might be better here just for the coverage, but yeah, and another thing is when running a Mon like Lanturn, you're basically only wanting to get it into good matchups. So if they ever swap out of the lead into a matchup that's good for Lanturn, just take that and run with it. Because sometimes Lanturn can get hard countered, whereas something like Feraligatr has chances to flip matchups that it's not necessarily great into. So definitely help me out with the YouTube algorithm and like and subscribe to the channel. Helps me out so much. I guess you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the battles. And yeah, Hackamo-o is actually really bulky. I think mine is like level 37, but I think it can go up to like 39. So yeah, might take a lot of dust to make a team like this, but with the Brick Break buff, having this Mon in the front and winning that first matchup can really put you into a really good matchup at the end, or even saving Hackamo-o into the last Mon, throwing like a saved up Brick Break and then allowing that defense drop to never go away. So let's go ahead and get into this first battle. Our opponent's leading Giratina-o. So they have it at 1490. It's already better than ours. This is a Mon I did see actually a lot today when I was running this team. And this Mon is very difficult for us, Vigoroth. Every time I saw it in the lead, it was really bad for me. Not necessarily really bad, but you do go down shields because the Brick Break's not going to KO. You can win the ones. The thing is, they don't necessarily have to go for the ones. They can just KO you with 2 body slams. So they can go for the zeros and win win the scenario no matter what. And now I have to really be afraid for the backline. But technically, this is fine. We'll just lose so that we can get Lanturn onto the good matchup. But Feraligatr is decent into Giratina. At least you're going to get to your moves faster, because I'm just going to throw straight Hydro Cannon, knowing that Giratina can only get to Great League by being like level 15, 16. I think it's like 15 and a half. Most Giratinas are 15, 15 and a half. Some are 16. You know that it's going to be very squishy. So even throwing a resisted move like Hydro Cannon, because Hydro Cannon is so strong and Feraligatr's got a high attack stat and Shadow, you're going to be pressuring the Giratina a lot, especially with your Shadow Claws, which are super effective, and theirs are just neutral. Alright, Sand Slash in the front is actually pretty difficult, but I liked switching into the Lanturn here, but in future matchups, I did continue to switch. I think you'll see it later in the video. I did switch into Feraligatr because you can outpace you basically pace at the same time. No, technically you outpace by 1 turn, even with the switch in 1 turn delay to Hydro Cannon versus their drill run. So you'll get their shield most of the time. But this guy decided to stay in. I'm going to go for the double surf here. They can CMP me on the next one if they would like. But I think they're probably going to go for, well, it's not going to be a farm down, but I could have maybe gone for a Thunderbolt here, but I think it's kind of risky, and I just want to do damage to this thing while I can. Our switch is back up, and theirs is not. So you're going to live a Shadow Ball. Again, we're very bulky. The worst thing I guess it could be is, well, Shadow Ball probably is the worst. Okay, we're going to probably come in for Alligator and farm this down if I was to guess. We do want to wait the timer out a little bit. Their timer is going to be up before ours, so we definitely want to preserve that. But we do want to gain that energy on Feraligatr here. Hopefully they don't have something to just hard counter this in the back. It is Mantine, which is okay because their other Mon in the back is very low. And we can actually, they have all 3 still, right? Yeah, but 2 of them are very low. They're definitely in Spark down range. And each Spark is going to be double super effective against this. So coming in, we know we just have to get a few off. Aerial Ace not really going to do a lot of damage to us. We resist it, and it's not a good move. So I think Lanturn's just going to farm everything down. And if not, we're going to be pretty close to farming everything down with Feraligatr also. So I'd probably never throw a move here because they have a shield still. Last thing I want is for them to get an extra energy somewhere because of them shielding. All right, Talonflame in the lead. We're going to have to shield the Fly for sure. Most people running Fly and not Brave Bird anymore. They do throw bad timing, so that allows us to get an extra move in. And I'm going to do, I think, 3 here and then Dragon Claw, which is the best timing you can get. And I think they're in Dragon Claw range, so it would KO. Yeah, okay. They do come in with a dragon here. I decided to go for the Brick Break, but I do this because I want to get fast attack damage to be even more strong against this thing. Even though I could have thrown the super effect. Why am I quoting? I always do the quotes now. It is super effective, but I didn't care about being super effective. I'd rather get that defense drop and then try to gain an energy through, or try to win through other advantages such as energy. They do come in with a Lickitung. I can throw 2 Hydro Cannons into this. They are going to get to a Body Slam, but we do want them to Body Slam our Feraligatr. The last thing we want to do at this point is switch because they have such a big energy advantage that they can go for a Grass Knot on our Lanturn. So we want them to throw some of that energy here. This is 12 turns of energy, 12 turns of Lick energy going into this, and now we can just come in with this, maybe Thunderbolt, maybe Double Surf. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to go for the Double Surf because they're only going to get to 1 Grass Knot, which is super effective, but we're going to be able to take it down. Here's one of the matchups I was talking about earlier. Vigoroth in the front can be very tricky. You can go for the Brick Break, which is super effective and lowers the defense, but you will not farm this down. Oh, they end up shielding. Okay, that's actually great for me. You can take 1 Body Slam, and they can't KO you on the counters. So we're going to be able to make it to the next move. Oh, no, we're not. They're going to get there first. But you do win the ones if you want to win it. So just in case you'd want to win it. Probably going to come in with Lanturn, considering they double resist the Shadow Claws. I would definitely not come in. But I think at this point I already had decided, you know what? If Vigo's in the lead, I'm going to win off shield advantage with Feraligatr in the back. Which is fine. Even if they throw another Body Slam here, we're going to survive. And I have a ton of energy. I just decide to throw this, and this is not a mistake by me, or not a mistake like, oh my god, I'm scared, I'm going to throw a move. I actually did want to get it lower there. They do come in with Azu. And now I know my win con here is to just gain tons of energy through this matchup, or gain tons of energy through the Lanturn matchup with this into it. So I probably won't shield actually, because I think that's what I thought at the time. Is I'll just gain a ton of energy with Lanturn. They end up going for bait on Ice Beam. Maybe they're running Ice Beam Hydro, I don't know. But I do think I outpaced to 2 Hydros here, and I think that will KO with all the Shadow Claw damage. Just look at the damage of Feraligatr, man. Just Shadow Feraligatr doing a ton of damage. I gain a lot of energy here. I think they are running Hydro, to be honest. If they shield this, I shield farm down, and then we have Ice Beam, right? Okay, they don't, but we have Hydro. And I'm going to swap right away. This is another situation where the last thing I want is for them to farm this down and gain a lot of energy. This game's going to already be coming down to almost nothing. So I go for the Thunderbolt instead of the 2 Surfs, just because I don't know if I can actually make it to 2 Surfs before they get to 2 moves. So I just want to force them to go into a non-shield scenario also, because they would need 3 moves at this point. Yeah, we just win with 2 shields still left at the end. All right, I played this one kind of bad, to be honest. I think we should have swapped right away. I just thought, oh, maybe I can Brick Break. And then as I was doing damage, it's like, wait, they're going to get to the Ice Beam before I get to that. Then I'm going to be forced to shield. And all of a sudden, I went in from a good matchup to losing a lot. I think they actually end up going for the shield here, which is scary. They could go for another Scald and then farm down here. So I probably end up shielding. They're in Surf range, though, even though we are debuffed actually 1 time already. We're debuffed twice now. But they're in Surf range. We try to gather as much energy as we can in this matchup. It actually takes a long time for Poliwrath to get to moves. I think it's 7-6 for Icy Wind and then 8-7 for Scald. I just throw some water. I almost said Water Pulse. I just throw some Surfs into this just to do damage, even though I am double reduced already. But you know, this matchup's pretty clean. I know I can outpace them to the Hydro here, so I go for that. The fact that they outpaced me means I know there's an Ice Punch, which is a really weird play for them. Even if it wasn't, I think I live a Drill Run, so maybe I don't. I don't know. But I had a lot of HP still at the top of that, so if they're going to throw another Ice Punch here, we'll probably live, and we'll probably get to another one. This is kind of weird of them to throw. Yeah, we definitely make it to another Hydro. Maybe this kills, maybe this doesn't, but if it doesn't, they're going to be like on 1 HP, and a Dragon Tail will be able to KO it. And we have a shield, so I'm going to shield just the first move. But we resist everything that this does, even if it's running a weird moveset like Crunch, which it can run. We do resist that from the dragon typing. And we're also not allowing them to throw in good timing because they already have 100 energy. And so they allow to sneak through there, which didn't really matter, but that's something to think about, is forcing your opponent to throw on bad timing for whatever reason during a game. Bastion lead. The thing I have to be scared most of is a victory bell. I know that. He knows that. Well, maybe he doesn't know that, but I have double water in the back, right? He does come in victory bell. I am going to throw brick break actually because I'm 99% sure that this guy's going to shield. Victory bell is just so squishy that a dragon claw is going to almost KO. And then I'm just going to be able to do fast attack damage against this. And I think I do end up shielding. But usually this type of team runs Wigglytuff in the back, so kind of a weird shield. I think it is Wigglytuff, which the charms do double super effective damage, but I think Hackamo is so freaking bulky that we live one. And yeah, we're going to die the next one, but at least we lower the defense here. I'm definitely going to come in Lanturn because Wigglytuff double resists Shadow Claw. So we want to do as much fast damage as we can while they're still stuck in that timer, since we did KO that victory bell so freaking fast, and they switched and we didn't, right? And then they already know that they already have a fully Stone Edge here, so I'm just going to go for a little bit more energy. They're probably in range of getting KO'd from a Hydro, just because, again, Feraligatr is so damage heavy, attack heavy. Yeah, and we'll get to a Hydro here, and maybe even another one if they don't want to throw. But the point is we still have Lanturn in the back, and a Surf is going to be able to KO this after all the damage is coming through with the Sparks in the end. So that's a GG. Yeah, Bastiodon, not as hard as you'd think. It does seem like it would be tough. This is very difficult. So Deoxys, I do go into our hardest Deoxys counter because I'm like, they're not going to switch out, and the last thing I want them to do is gain a ton of energy. They did end up switching out with a Psycho Cut, or actually one away, I think. But, no, I think it was actually, they did leave with a Psycho Cut. I could win switch here, but there's really no point. So I decided, I think, to let this... Oh, I actually think I was going to 2-shield this and farm down. But since they threw a Power Whip, I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to gain a ton of energy and then throw. Even though I do think that the DD is one away. I might even shield if they come in DD. No, actually, I'd probably let it go. Their timer's going to be a little weird, and then I can just come in with Lanturn and do some damage since they're already double attack debuffed here. Although I think the timer wasn't as distant as I thought. I think I'm actually just going to go for a Brick Break here. They do allow us sneak in. That's really bad considering they have a one-turn move. They could definitely play that safer. They don't even have to be like perfect, that they can go just a little safer by going like one Dragon Breath over. And then, yeah, I'm going to be able to farm this down. I'm going to throw another Brick Break into this, lower the defense. You know, it's defense Deoxys, but if you lower the defense, maybe it's just Deoxys, and it's more manageable. I'm going to go up to 2 Surfs and then throw back to back. I think at that point they'll be close, especially with the defense drop, or, yeah, close or actual KO on the next Surf. You definitely don't want to throw Thunderbolt because they're going to make it to a Psycho boost. Which, I mean, if you look at our health, technically we would live anyways, but I'm not here to risk anything. So definitely going for the double Surf. And that's a really tough lead. So, okay, this is also kind of a tough lead, Poliwrath. I decided to throw in bad timing here, I think. Yeah, because I just want to get the damage through before they go for an Icy Wind, because it's free for them to go Icy Wind against Hackamo. Wrong Mon. I think I shield here, and I think they get to another one, which is really bad by me. Yeah. But now I've committed. So I decide to save that energy and switch here, and I actually just throw Hydro Cannon right away. Again, the damage is so high on this Mon that you can just be really inefficient with your energy into Mon that you know are going to like destroy you. So this is a Grass Mon, and I'm hoping that this is the last thing I really have to worry about with Hackamo being the only coverage. So I'm really hoping Lanturn in the back is going to be good. The one thing is I think it is a Flyer in the back. Okay, this will KO. Ooh, I feel like it's Whiscash in the back, and oh, no, it's not. Oh, but we don't get a move off here, and they have a shield. That's GG for sure. Well, Maybe, okay, here I probably can't go for Surf right away. I needed to go to Thunderbolt and bait it at least, and hopefully get the shield and then actually hit a Thunderbolt. But they're so far ahead on energy that I think a return and a foul play will KO us. Yeah, and that's just GG. I guess I just never had a chance in this one. Unless I swapped out of the matchup at the beginning right away, and I probably should have gone into Feraligatr if I'm being honest, so definitely learn from me there. Pelipper's tough for Hackamo, but it's actually not that bad because they're not going to have any charge moves against you. It's all going to be fast attack, and wing attack's not exactly the strongest move. I do go into a hard counter here because I know that I'm going to probably need Hackamo up energy to take out the Pelipper, and then I'm kind of going in, I kind of want an in-game with Feraligatr against whatever's in the back. Could be a steel type. It's got to be an anti-flyer, I think. An anti-flyer, so could be like Annihilate. That would be, I'm actually thinking it's Annihilate. I don't remember this game exactly, but I will have a foul play here, and I'll probably go for the Thunderbolt, but I think I remember it actually lives. But that's fine. Hackamo gets energy. Should have gone for one more spark here for sure. This was bad timing. Unless that Snarl KO'd. Okay, then it was fine. It was great timing, actually. And again, they're going to probably come back in with the Pelipper, but I don't really have to worry too much about this because unless I think it's going to make it all the way to a Hurricane, I resist all the Weather Ball waters. And yeah, they end up switching into this. I do go for this move just to try to pressure a shield, and then I'm going to swap right away. And I figured something out in this. Sometimes you're still learning. Every day you're learning in the GBL or playing Pokemon Go in some way, but you actually lose CMP against Toxicroak, which is wild. I didn't know that. And not only did I not know that, I didn't believe that I got CMP here because like, Feraligatr doesn't lose to anything. So I go for CMP again, you know, just cause. But I already know that the Pelipper is not going to make it to another move, or it's not going to make it to the Hurricane before Hackamo is able to take it out. So kind of okay with this. Plus, it's going to have to take out Feraligatr as well, and it's just so low. And now it throwing energy into Feraligatr, I know for a fact that it's not going to make it to another move against Hackamo here, and we're going to get the farm down. All right, again, this is a tough matchup, but you see I did switch it up. I no longer swap into the Lanturn into that matchup because I don't want to go into a bad matchup, although now I wish I had. If they play this wrong, we might live an Icy Wind here. If they throw Scald, it obviously will KO. Okay. Could come in Lanturn and just get a farm down. Could come in Hackamo, get a farm down. Probably going to come in Hackamo because I know Lanturn's already pretty decent against Alolan Sandslash. But now with an energy advantage like this, I know I can just go Brick Break into this. If he doesn't shield, it basically KOs. I don't know if it actually fully KOs, but it almost does. And I can shield this and hopefully get it down before the timer's up, which I'm pretty sure I will. And then maybe get into that last matchup with a Brick Break, lowering the energy. They do end up switching. I do end up going for the Brick Break anyways. Trying to lower the defense and allowing the Lanturn to have a little bit of a cleaner matchup. They do end up shielding, which is great. Now I know I can go for double Surf. The only thing I really have to be worried about is Shadow Ball here. I do decide to shield right away. Just, again, playing no games, hoping they're not playing games. And yeah, now that they throw the Shadow Ball, I know we're now caught up on energy. And we're just going to go throw back-to-back Surfs so that they don't get an extra move in between and win CMP against us. Basically, if you're playing against something that can definitely win CMP against you, you want to double up rather than throw one throw. But yeah, they do end up getting the CMP anyways because we stayed in that other matchup with Hackamo for too long trying to get the shield. But it was worth it in the end. We're going to get the farm down here before, I think they're 2 away. So yeah. Nice. And yeah, those are the games with, again, the person who is rank 1 on the leaderboard right now currently as I look at it on Sunday. So this video is probably coming out Monday morning. So yeah, just this person has the best chance of hitting Legend first, and I just want people to see the team since I saw it, and hopefully it helps you out in your battles. I had a great time with the team. Didn't play very many sets with it. I think I just played these 2, but obviously you see I won a ton of games from it. So definitely worth trying out, and Brick Break's awesome. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.